Hello, YouTube studio. This is Dawn, and this is actually my first live on YouTube. I'm super excited for this. I go live in my Facebook group all the time, Dawn Hypnotherapy, but this is my first time. So I have my own YouTube channel. I thought, hey, why not give this a shot? So I'm coming on today because I want to talk to you about EFT tapping. And it's probably one of those things that you've heard about before, but you may feel like, okay, what is tapping? What is this thing? I keep hearing about it. Maybe it keeps coming up in your life, or there's someone who says, oh, I found this really great tool to help with my, unhelpful emotions. And what is it? So EFT tapping, EFT stands for Emotional Freedom Technique. Wow, there's someone who's really honking outside. So they definitely need some tapping because road rage is one of those things that you can use EFT tapping for. So EFT stands for Emotional Freedom Technique. And it's a technique that was brought to the forefront by Gary Craig, who used it with veterans and PTSD. So EFT tapping, the basis behind EFT tapping is that all negative emotions and sometimes physical symptoms can be a disruption in the body's electrical system or energetic system. And we all know that we have electricity in our body because science proves this, right? For example, you can monitor the electricity of the brain and the heart via EEGs and EKGs. So if you can imagine, as we're going along in life, there's these little traumas and tears and, comments that people make. And just like if you were to go poke holes in an electrical cord, for example, like from a TV set to the electrical outlet, what's going to happen? There's going to be a disruption in the appliance if you start poking holes in the electrical wire, whether the TV is going to have those little squiggly lines or it's not going to work, or there may be sound but no picture, or there may be picture or no sound. Now, it's the same things with our bodies. Our bodies pick up these little comments or these little emotions, unhelpful emotions, and maybe at the time when we were dealing with a situation that we didn't have a way to vent them out. So for me personally, I was a big suppressor of emotions. I didn't allow myself to have a voice. I didn't allow myself to express these emotions because I just didn't know any differently. And for me, I really feel like that was a big contributor, being a suppressor of emotions, to some of my health conditions, which started when I was 3 years old. So once I learned this technique and started being able to release some of these negative emotions and beliefs and thought patterns, then my stress level improved. And because of my stress level improving, my health improved. And my doctors would say, whatever you're doing, just keep doing it. So that was my inspiration for becoming an advanced EFT tapping practitioner. And then also seeing clients one-on-one, whether it be in my office here in the Los Angeles area or via Skype or FaceTime all over the world, or even over the phone. It's just as effective. And I also started creating some online tapping programs so I could share this really wonderful technique, because I want to share my experience with others and also to teach them a helpful, good tool to vent out. And it's sort of like peeling the layers of the onion. Maybe on the outside of the onion, you just have all this stress or this overwhelm or this frustration in life. But underneath, there may be these feelings of hurt or anger or sadness. Negative emotions don't just go away if you're a suppressor. What they do is they go in the basement and start lifting weights, right? And then maybe years later, it all of a sudden, you get triggered and it pops up and you're like, oh my gosh, where did that come from? So EFT tapping is just a really great technique to use, for acute situations, or if there's a certain memory that keeps coming up for you and you can't seem to get over it, or maybe there's this negative loop that's going around in your mind that you can never seem to quiet, or, you're on that hamster wheel of the same things in life happening over and over and over and over again. So EFT tapping will help to interrupt that pattern. It will help to activate the parasympathetic nervous system to get you out of that fight, flight, freeze mode and back into the sympathetic nervous system. It also helps to create new neural pathways to the brain and the mind. So what you're doing by bringing up these negative emotions is you're giving the negative emotions a space to be seen, heard, and acknowledged with the intention of venting them out. And people ask me who are into law of attraction and what you focus on expands, all that kind of stuff. Why would I want to focus on the negative? Isn't that reinforcing it? In the case of EFT tapping, no, it's not. And Louise Hay said it best, and I'm paraphrasing here, but how can you expect to clean a house if you can't see the dirt? So that's what we're doing with this type of technique, is we're seeing the dirt, clearing it away, and then you can start bringing in the positives to fill up that space that was previously occupied by that negativity. Does that make sense? So anyway, I'm super excited. It's starting next Tuesday, which is, I should have the date right in front of me. Today's the 19th. It's starting Tuesday, the 24th, and it's all online, and there's going to be a private Facebook group just for that group. So if you're unable to be on any of the calls live, you can watch the replays in the private Facebook group, or you can watch the replays for reinforcement in between sessions. And that also includes a half an hour online one-on-one session with me personally, and many other extras. So please check out the link. And if you're inspired, if you've been hearing about this EFT tapping thing and you want to kind of go over the basics and learn the science behind it and the tapping points, this is a really great tool to do that. So please let me know if you have any questions in the comments or anything. And I hope you guys have a wonderful day. And, it's all about just giving yourself that space and showing up for yourself. So I really hope you'll join me for this 4-week online EFT tapping workshop, and have a wonderful rest of your day. Okay, bye. Bye. I was just going live. Hi. Hi. I was just going live on YouTube. Hi, how's it going?